Hi, welcome. We are doing a quick presentation on potential elements of a Zen garden, photos and plants from Como Park Conservatory. Special shout out to them. And it's just for educational purposes, not professional photography. Let's jump in. Now, I do not know a lot of extra information about these plants, so I'm not going to go into any real side stories. I don't have any planned anyway. So hopefully this won't be too long. But these are from the conservatory at Como. They have a section leading to their Japanese garden, and so they have a number of plants kind of leading outward, and they are trees that have been cultivated using methods and techniques of bonsai. So they are regular sized trees. Some are dwarf species, and that is articulated on the signs, but they are regular sized trees kept in small planters with restricted root systems due to the pot size. They are kind of woven back and forth using wires, and they are bound. With those wires, they are also pruned to achieve the desired aesthetic. And you'll kind of see if you aren't familiar with bonsai, and I apologize, I don't know that I am saying that correctly. It might be the Americanized version of the word, but this is kind of what it looks like. You can see it's a smaller plant, and it is pruned down, and it's got these just very small branches. This is the Eastern red cedar, and it can be 40 to 50 feet tall, 10 to 20 foot canopy. It prefers full sun, but it can do partial. It is adaptable and can do clay, sandy, or alkaline soil. This is trident maple. It can get from 20 to 30 feet in height, 20 to 30 feet wide in the canopy. The preferred sun is full sun to partial shade, and the soil is also adaptable, but it does prefer well-drained acidic loam. This one indicated it was native to China, Taiwan, and Japan. It kind of looked like an Amur maple. Um, I'll have to look a little bit at the leaves. You can kind of see it there, but I'm sure there are many varietals with a comparable leaf shape. This is what they called the paper flower or the bougainvillea, and it's a vine, but it can also obviously look like a tree. It's a woody vine per Wikipedia. So, or at least that's one of the varietals, is vine-like in nature. It can be 10 to 12 feet in height, or you can also find some. And this is, the internet does have a number of different variables factored in, and a number of different sites have different height differentials. So I cannot verify the actual heights of these plants. Um, these ones specified 10 to 12 feet or 30 feet. Um, Canopy 6 to 20 feet. Preferred sun is full. Preferred soil is well drained. They obviously flower. This is a ponderosa pine, and you can kind of see how um, the trunk is kind of weaving back and forth. That is the style. That is the style of the bonsai. Ponderosa pine, height 50 to 80 feet, canopy 30 feet, preferred sun, full sun, no shade. The soil is adaptable and it likes moist, well-drained soil. But this one, the internet said it could live from 300 to 600 years. Now, the heights listed and as well as the canopy sizes are for the traditionally sized plant. These ones you can see kind of that this was a stump that got that it looks like it was cut off, and then so this must have been one of the growths after the cutting. But it was shaped and molded to appear like this. So it does look like it had a wider base, and this is kind of what it's at right now. This one is a crepe myrtle. There are, of course, different varietals, different species. The height of this one, if it's a dwarf, it can be 2 to 15 feet. If it's traditional, it can be 15 to 25 feet. Um, the canopy, 6 to 10 feet. 10 to 15 feet, 15 to 25 feet. And I tried to list all of the numbers that I could find on the internet just to keep it representative and honest. And again, I have not worked specifically with cultivating these species, or, even managing them. So this is all just as a spectator at the conservatory. I am not a professional. If you do have questions, definitely ask them. But I just wanted to kind of celebrate the beauty there. So um, these do come in pink, red, purple, and white per the internet. They are also flowering. You can see that here. So it's beautiful. Hinoki cypress. These ones go from 10 to 20 feet or 50 to 75 feet. Canopy 4 to 6 feet. Preferred sun is full. Preferred soil moist, well drained, fertile, slightly acidic. And that one too has a kind of a thicker base, thicker trunk, and then it kind of goes up and it gets a little skinnier. Hollywood junipers are the next one. That's this here. The height, it can be either ground cover. You do see junipers that are ground cover, but they can also grow up to 60 foot tall. They're um, they are ancestors to cedars, so they have a comparable. I believe that they have a comparable, most junipers. Juniper is the buzzword there on the categorization there. Um, but if you take a look here, um, I'm sure you'll see that it looks comparable to other plants that are related to cedar. Um, 60 foot, 8 to 10 feet for the canopy, 15 feet also listed as a potentiality. Preferred sun, full, can do partial. Preferred soil, acidic to alkaline, rocky, and sandy. This is a bull lotus, and this is not the bonsai, but it was still, on the way to the gardens. So this is just a small little thing. It's 6 to 10 or 6 to 13, 6 to 16 inches in height. So this is inches. This is about as big as it's going to get. Uh, Canopy, 6 to 10 inch leaf. So this is one leaf, this is another leaf, and then it does have a bloom. And I believe it did say a couple inches of bloom as well. If you are familiar with the lotus, it's a lotus flowers. So preferred sun, 6+ hours, full sun. Preferred soil, mud in 1 to 3 inches or 6 to 8 inches in the water. So there is mud in the bottom here as well as water. Per the internet. Again, I didn't plant this. I don't know enough about this, but it is suggested that that is how they would grow in this type of environment, would be with soil in the base. Brush cherries, they can grow from 30 to 50 feet in height, 5 to 15 feet per the canopy. They prefer full sun and partial shade, and they are adaptable in way of soil. They can get to be 20 feet in height, 10 feet wide. They like full or partial shade, so full sunlight or partial shade, and they like the consistent moisture in the soil. Dwarf olive, they can grow up to 4 to 6 feet. And the canopy can also be 4 to 6 feet wide, or 4 to 8 feet wide. Preferred sun is full or 6+ hours. That's generally deemed, I believe, synonymous with full, 6+ hours. Preferred soil is well drained. This one is listed as a Jaboticaba. I think this one, oh gosh, I can't remember if this one was native to Australia. I would have to double check on that. Very interesting plant. Um, but it is or can grow to 12 to 20 feet when it's not manicured specifically for bonsai. 30 to 45 feet. Canopy, 12 to 18 feet. Preferred sun is full to partial shade. The preferred soil is moist or well drained. And the fruits, if you look this up online, it does suggest um, that the fruits grow directly from the bark, and that's, or like directly beyond the bark. And so it's very interesting. And I actually messaged a friend, is this AI? Is this photoshopped? Is this real? Um, because it was just very unique. So definitely look into this one if this is something you're into. I was like, is this actually just a prune plant? Is this a prune plant? And I I I'm not sure, but anyway, this is the what is said as Jabba Tikaba. Weeping fig can grow up to 50 feet, canopy 25 to 30 feet, preferred sun bright and indirect, preferred soil moist, but you want to allow it to dry 1 or 2 inches before watering again. This one is often found in pots. It was listed like just doing a basic Google search, browser search. It brought up indoor plants. So, and that is one of the differential points there. If they are indoor plants, they don't grow as tall, and that does, of course, go back to probably soil health, room for expansion, and things like that. So, that can also be a reason for any differences in height listed. But this one was depicted and had the instructions to have them indoors. So that's nice if you want one and you don't have a yard, you can check it out. And of course, that's all of the bonsai plants would work that way also. Golden Gate ficus. This can grow from 3 to 30 feet in height. The canopy 30 feet. Preferred sun is bright or indirect. The preferred soil is moist, and you allow it to top with 2 inches to dry. Um, uh, Pardon me, I've said that poorly. You want to allow 2 inches of dry earth before you rewater. And it does like high humidity. It said, I think like 60% or so. Rusty fig facts, they can grow from 30 to 50 feet or up to 100 feet, depending on the source. The canopy is 35 to 60 feet. Preferred sun is full sun to light shade. Preferred soil, well draining, slightly acidic to alkaline. Logwood can grow from 30 to 50 feet and from 10 to 20 feet. And I do apologize, I don't have the information listed for preferred sun, preferred soil. That's on me. But this is the garden that they have at Como. Just a beautiful view, very pretty. Some Japanese um, works there. Very, very nice. Any questions? Again, I'm no expert, and pretty much what I've got on the slides. I did do a little, a little more reading, but I am not the one that you want to ask about this. I've not done it myself. I don't have the experience. But it would be interesting to pursue in the future. So if you do want to know, definitely reach out to Como. Any questions that I might be able to answer?